Good morning, cool cats and kittens. Let's pull up a chart. Let's get to it. Let's see if I can turn the camera on, and let's get to time to make the donuts. I'll give you the fancy opening while I turn on the camera, and we'll get some tunes here, something with a good beat that you can dance to. Just made us porn music is really what it sounds like. There it is. All right, give me 1 second. I'll turn the camera on. We'll get to it. Hey guys. All right, let's get to it. So let's get to the cues and let's pull up. This guy does a really good job. Let's just pull up him as well because he gets to it usually. I think I get it a little faster than this guy, but this guy can actually put on so you guys can hear it. And I'm going to put CPI up. Small caps are the ones that are going to move. Small caps are going to move over everything else. So the play is going to be small caps. So let's get to it. 2-7. Core came in lower than the forecast by 2. That's actually a big deal. TNA should move on that. Yeah, TNA should really move on that. So that's actually really good for the street. That's actually a really good number. Because what happened here, what happened here and what you want to see is that you actually got the core coming in lower. So that's actually really good. And you're probably going to see a bump on everything. Yeah, everything should probably move a little bit higher here. Because if you have lower inflation, and then as you're having lower inflation, then from there, what you're going to really see is that you're going to put yourself in a position for them to cut rates. So I bet you that even moved too. Let's see what else they're doing. Anything else? See if they're doing something else here with those crazy kids. Give me 1 second here. Yeah, it's actually really good. It's actually a really good number. Let's see what they do with it. And they're just going to push it, I think. I'm surprised that gold's moving on it. You wouldn't think that, but that's what they were doing. They were just waiting. Yeah, they're just waiting on the data. That's all they were doing. Yep. Yeah, it's probably going to push. Yeah.
Order partially filled. Order filled. Order cancelled.
Thank you, little British guy. All right, let's see what you do here. Stay with me 1 second.
Order partially filled. Order filled.
So you just want to watch here, but I think that you're all right. I think you're going to get through everything. I think they're going to push it. What you want to see is if you get a shot at any kind of pullback here. That was a really good number because the core's down, which shows that everything's dropping. So that's really what you're looking for. You're looking to see if everything's going to drop, and everything is. So that's really what you want. Give me a second here, and I will move that over. Give me 1 second. Yep. SanDisk 400 is probably where this is heading. What they do to Google? Did they run it? Yep. That's not surprising. Oh, wow, that came in too. I'll show you that as well. Give me 1 second. I'll put this up again. Yeah. Yeah, they're good numbers. Now the year over year is higher. That might drop us down here. Let's see what we get here for a minute. See what these names are doing. I don't think you're going to stop, but let's see. I don't think they're going to stop. Give me a sec here. I'll see if I can get the questions. There's a lot going on this morning already. I don't think it's going to. You get through 400, you're going to see massive panic here. And then I'll walk you through the numbers. But Taiwan Semi, definitely. LHX, what are they doing? Oh, they came down on it. That's interesting. With Micron do. Yeah, I think that's exactly what you're going to do. I don't think you're going to stop.
Order partially filled.
Let's see what they're doing.
Order partially filled. Order filled.
Let's see what you're going to do here. That's pretty interesting. Give me a second here. Let me see something. The numbers are really good, like really good. So, especially on the core. Pardon me. Yeah, that's definitely something. There's definitely something there. So they're jumping that up too. They're jumping where the call wall is going to be in the put wall. So that's good. Yep. All right, good. How you doing there? You'd like to see this swing down. I don't know that you're going to. Let's go take a look at this and see what CME Fed Watch is doing. And see if it moved at all. the 95% chance that they don't do anything, and then you went to a 5% chance. So I don't really see this as them doing anything or saying they're going to do anything. I don't really see it that way. So it doesn't look like they're going to do anything. What's JP Morgan saying? Yeah. JP Morgan just talked about the creditor and that the creditor might be having problems. A lot going on this morning. CFO's doing the call right now. And he's just talking about credit cards and what the issues could be. So that's kind of interesting. It's super interesting. All right, let's go. Let's get to it. Let's make it happen. But they are all over it. Like he's okay. What else are they going to say? Let's see if we can get to. Let me pull this up, and then I'll get the questions. It's really good numbers. Let's see what they do here. All right. Let's pull these over, and then I'll take questions because I'll have time for questions now that we're through it. So click off of here. So Supercore year over year, that was the only one that was really up there. And if I just open that up there, and then we'll open, there's another one right there too, right? And then we'll put you down here for a minute. Yay. And let's close that for a second. And then we can open this up. So it's like super big. Yay. And then we'll do this one the same way. So if we look at this, Supercore right here is the only one that came in higher. The forecast on core is without food and energy. That's why I don't know why they call it core, but it's without food and energy. Month over month was lower than expected. Year over year was lower than expected. The fact that core is down is huge. That's a really big deal. US year over year actuals 2.7, US month over month 0.3. And then Supercore month over month is actually getting smoked. I'm not going to get into the difference between core and Supercore. You can do it for yourself. You just Google what is Supercore versus core, and they will gladly explain it to you in great detail. And you can be like me. But I think it's actually really good data. So interesting how they're pitching this news. You know, interesting how they're pitching this as like, oh, it's in line. It's not in line. Let's take questions and we'll go from there. Let's start there. I think today's a great question day. What's up, Kev? I was just looking at places up there yesterday. Yeah, I think if the dollar starts getting weaker again, which it will here, that these names do go higher. You know, the dollar's getting a little weaker now. I do think that that you could see some movement there. The other thing is the way to get to Trump is Boeing, is to buy anything industrial, right? So when you really go through this and look at it, like here, hold on. What the hell was that? Excuse my language. It's funny. TradingView. A bunch of people must follow me on TradingView now because they like reached out to me. They're like, do you know you can stream from here? All these features. Okay. See this? So look at it. You're setting up the breakout. This is not how a recession starts, by the way, with transports breaking out. Just FYI. It's the exact opposite way of how it starts. So I really like that. And what we're seeing here, that ties into Boeing. It ties into Caterpillar. It really does. It ties into those kinds of names. Deere, the farmer, man, the farmer's really taking it on the chin, and keep hearing how he loves the farmer. But the farmer, that's been a tough one on the, it's not really getting there, but you've been in the same range for a very long period of time. I do like the way that looks. If you look at Tractor Supply, they had some issues. I don't know how a tractor company goes woke, but they did. IR. And if you look at something like this, like you're starting to see these more constructive kind of companies holding those levels. I know you're asking about one specific company, but there's a whole theme here. So if you look at the theme and we go through this, I love the blue light glasses, but sometimes you're setting up for a golden cross there. So I really like that. There was your death cross. Ooh. So I don't know. I like the space. Boeing always scares the hell out of me because I feel like I'm like one, window break away from an issue. Seemingly getting rid of that CEO has changed the way that the company is acting. So I think that's really good. And we continue to see positive movement. So I do think that is that's definitely going in the right direction. So, and I do think that will be extremely helpful. I'm very surprised by how great that was on the inflation side. And that's good for the economy. It's good for everybody. It's just good. So, we'll have to see how that plays out again. So, but here we are setting up. It's only 50% since the FTC just came out and said, don't do it again. But, who needs 50% since September? I like it. I don't know you have to rush into it, but I do like it long-term, bro. Diamond warns political interference with the Fed could push up rates. Yeah, this was a really stupid idea. JP Morgan says everything's on the table to fight the 10% credit card cap. Give me 1 second here. Something just hit one of my scans. What the heck is this thing? I don't care about this. I don't know, man. You might want to short this. Like, of all the battles to pick, you want to pick a battle? Like, why would you even say that? Yeah, the LEH is big news, dude. LHX, I'm sorry. This is really big news. And I think this is the way that things are going to go. I'm laughing because someone in the community said something that just made me laugh. I thought the World Economic Forum is bad. I guess it's okay when he goes. All right. So if we look at this, I think that this is the way that things are going to go. I think they're going to start doing these convertibles. And I think that they're going to get stakes in these companies and they're going to get income off of what their investments are. So they're going to give you a contract. And then on the same time, they're going to want a convertible or something to earn money on their money. I don't really think that the government should be doing that, but I understand why they're doing it from a profitability standpoint. And I do think it's going to be the new normal. And it's going to be a way for them to control companies. And it's going to be even more dangerous than it was before. That's my thought on it. I do think that if we look at something like LHX here, I would just wait and see how it opens. Maybe it sells down, on that news. Like maybe it does sell down on that, and then we'll kind of see how it plays out. But that's really where my head is with it. Yeah, I'd want to see that. I'd want to see how it's going to act there. But I think I agree with you. I think it's really big news. Rocket, I like a lot. And, Rocket probably should have a really good day here. I've been watching this and I've been waiting. You can really see the movement the other day. And I think this is exactly what you're looking for. So for me, it's definitely one of those things where, if you're looking at like, hey, where do I get involved in like Rocket or these kinds of names? I mean, you're pretty much getting there, right? So you're trying to get in this thing and then allow it to kind of do its thing. I want to see something because this one's on my mind too. So you're setting up to just be awesome. So we started buying this thing at like $12. I don't know why it came into mind. Maybe because it's like a little guy. I don't know. Something triggered me when you said Rocket. But I do think that this has really big potential. Yeah. That's an enormous cup and handle. I don't know another company that really benefits more than them when you have a company that's going to come out there and what they're going to do is they're going to put you in a position where they're literally going to put you in a position where they're going to buy your product. Like they're coming out and saying, we're going to buy $200 billion in mortgage securities. And, not for nothing, but like as Fannie and Freddie are going to buy it, Powell's going to sell it. So, I think that they just feel that he's too interfering. I don't know. I don't know why the heck they're doing what they're doing the more I think about it. But Rocket, I'm very interested in this. Yeah. I wasn't interested for a long period of time, but it definitely has my attention. So it's definitely something I'd be paying attention to. Bro, I went there. My parents, I think you're a lady. I think you said you were a lady. You typed that in the room, right? I'm sitting here calling you bro, but I was there. I was there for Thanksgiving. My parents live in North Carolina, and I've been spending a lot of time in Miami. Like I was freezing. I was freezing my butt off. Like I had the scarf, the whole thing. And North Carolina's usually got great weather. You do get seasons though. Sometimes I miss seasons. This ONDS, I have a position. I really like the way they did the bonds, and I really like the way they did that secondary. I think it was really smart, man. Really, really smart. I don't know enough about this to render an opinion, bro. Nor this one. I'd be wasting your time. This whole thing where they're going to like rebuild Gaza, it's so insane. But those names, like these names, like Halliburton, these names should really go up on it. Halliburton, Schlumberger. I wonder why Schlumberger is stronger and more stable than Halliburton. Did Baker Hughes walk away from Venezuela? I own a lot of this, Benny. I actually think it's probably one of the larger positions now that I have. Hold on one second here. I gotta reduce this. Okay, okay, can you just go here and go here? and then go to this, and go to this, and go here, and hit.
Order cancel.
Yeah.
Order cancel.
Okay. Give me a second, guys. All right. They start taking this to the woodshed yet? No. Very interesting day that's going to have. Like, really interesting day it's going to have. I guess there's a Gaza board where these guys are going to go and talk about how they're going to build that. SATS I own a ton of. I'm sorry, there's a lot of news coming out, so you're just going to have to bear with me. And this is when having ADD is great. I don't think people truly understand this at all. Like, I just don't think people get it. You know, SpaceX, they have like the largest stake in SpaceX of any public company. And when we bought it here, it was actually trading at a discount. It was crazy. Like, you're literally were able to buy SpaceX at a huge discount. It made zero sense. Now people are starting to understand that what you're really buying, like back there, the market capitalization, it was like 50% of what you were buying was literally SpaceX. It was crazy. Now what you're starting to get is people starting to understand that. And that's why they're bidding it up. That's why people are putting $150 target prices on it. My argument with it has always, Benny, has been, and I'm like, I can only speak for myself, is that they opened up the Dallas Exchange. SpaceX is going to be the biggest company in the world. They have the biggest TAM, total addressable market, of any company in the world, period. End of story. Nobody has a bigger market than they do. No one. And so, I mean, I don't know how you have a bigger market than the freaking universe and mining asteroids. Like, I don't know who's got a bigger market, right? And that's where this is all going. So they're going to put it on the Dallas Exchange. It'll probably happen this year. It'll become the biggest company out there. 50% of this, if you go look at it, and you're trading up into that now. Now it's starting to get a premium, but I don't really care. You know, this is one of those things off the pry from my cold dead hands. Like, I have no interest in selling this. You know, people need to start thinking about what does SpaceX look like in 5 years, that kind of thing. Hope that helps. What do you got? Where are you going? Where are you going with this? Oh, thank you. Let me do this real quick. Well, I'm thinking about it. Sorry. What the hell is that thing? Oh, I think I just created a new file. I could try to get organized. Here it is. I hope that helps. Yep. Oh, you know what? I think you're telling me the temperature, and I think you're telling me you're 23 and female. All right, I have issues. TCOM, Bill 8, KC. You know, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about this company. This is super interesting. And this is China, right? They're China. So, like, this is China. I don't know, man. I have like such a love-hate relationship with stuff there. Like, I really, really do. Like, yesterday I was looking at this and going, I can't believe I got out of this. Like, I was literally looking at this going, I can't believe I got out of this. I know the whole theme. I know it's going to work. and go from there. And I knew it. I just knew it. And here we are. And now it's fading again. Like, they're just brutal, man. They're just so brutal. I don't know. What's up? Happy Tuesday. HL, I like those names. I like all those names. I just think people are in for a rude awakening one day with those names. Like, you're in the hot potato phase, but I don't think there's anything. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, being in them. No, she has a type. She got a type, dude. She likes it. Like, she likes fat jujitsu instructors. Yeah, I mean, they're changing the algo tonight. So, good luck to everybody. May the odds be in your favor. But they are changing the way that that's being done. So, I don't know, man. Some of these conference calls are really interesting. Like, really, really interesting. Yeah, the HL, CDE. You really want to watch those names, like FCX. Like, I keep waiting for the pullback. And I've been waiting for a pullback of this since $50. I should just scaled into the damn thing. I've got so many other things that are working that I don't really want to pressure it. So what do you got, brother? I think if you look at SanDisk, yeah, I mean, I do think that whole space is going to be on fire today. I also think you have to look at some other stuff too. I think there's some other stuff there that you should really look at, the net memory stuff. But there's something else here that you just mentioned, and I want to go through this. So I like this name, and I really like this particular pattern when you break out like this.
U.S. pre-market movers, BNY Mellon, Delta, JP Morgan.
Okay, stop talking.
Harris.
Oh, sorry. Actually, you have to sign an NDA to not even have that up. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. So, all right, let's go take a look at this. Where were we? What the heck were we doing? This NBIS, I want to get to this. So I wonder about this with China. Like, China's doing it because they have access to Blackwell. So what they're doing is they're going out there, but you see it, John? Look at it. Left, head, right. See it? So, and I'll just explain like why I'm going over it, because it's there. So if you measure it out, right? Like, let's just do the simple thing. I love when we could do stuff together. Take the neckline. We'll just take the neckline. We won't even take that. We'll just take the neckline and we'll measure it out, right? And then we'll say, all right, that is 26%. So from here, from that inverse head and shoulders, left, head, right, then you should be going up like 26%, right? Okay. My problem with this is, does Trump's administration know that China is using this loophole? If they do, are they allowing it, or are we going to get a tweet one day that the Netherlands can no longer do what they're doing? Because if we're not going to get that, then you're probably going back to highs, because this thing's a cash cow. I mean, they sold out. Like, the reason the stock dropped here is because they're sold out. Like, they're literally sold out. So to me, you needed to get above that level from that break. And we are, and we're finally getting a real close. Like we got this like limp wristed close, like a weak, like trout, like wet shake hand. Like, when someone shakes your hand, it's like all clammy. You're like, oh. But when you see this, like, yeah, that's what you want, man. Like you want this to motor. So it can motor, but I worry about headline risk. Like, China does this, so we're doing that. And, and I think you're heading to like 119, 120. But yeah, I really do like this trade. Sometimes, and it's from years of doing this. Sometimes I'm super conservative with stuff. Like I'll see it and go, oh no, I know you could probably get back here. And I'll still just stay away from it because I'm like, I don't want the risk. I don't want the tweet risk, or I don't want this risk. I just learned there's better things. It's awesome. Congrats. Yay. What do you got? What it means? It means exactly what I said the other day. Like it means I'll end on this. Yay. Let me make sure of this before I go any further. But what does this mean? Hold on. I'll end on it because it means exactly what I said 2 days ago on Saturday's video. It meant, and I went through it last week too. It means they can do whatever the heck they want, right? Like this is what I've been trying to tell people. Like they're going to just change the damn rules and you're going to like it. Like there's nothing more that you're going to be able to do about it. Right. So I don't know how to say it like if I'm supposed to try to say it nicer, but they have the toys, they make the rules, and it's really that simple. So what you're seeing here is them making the rules. I cannot forget that. So hold on one second. Let me just find this because I was making fun of it last night. Like I'm like, yeah, of course they're doing this because here it is. So now, when they implement it, how they implement it, they're telling you they're going to implement it however they see fit is really what they're saying. I'm just going to leave it in MBIS. It doesn't matter where we put it. But let me just drop this down and then we'll open it up and we'll read it together. I love when we do stuff together. Yay. All right. So, so this is clearing members. So like what clearing members are, that's where you're going to clear your trades, right? So you trade through like the London Exchange, but then you prime through like Goldman or somebody, like that's where your assets would be, right? So you do the trade one place, but then you have to do it somewhere else. And so who are they sending this to? Clearing member firms. So the CME group is sending this to like Goldman, JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, all the CFOs, all the back office managers, and all the margin managers. And it's from the clearinghouse. And what they're saying is, to receive advanced notifications of margin changes, go to our mailing list. As per normal review of market volatility to ensure adequate collateral coverage. Does that sound like they're increasing or decreasing what they're doing? The Chicago Mercantile Exchange Clearinghouse Risk Management Staff approval the performance bond requirements for the following products listed. So just so we're clear what they're doing, Clearinghouse Risk Management Staff approved the performance of bond requirements for the following products listed below. Guess what you're going to have to do? Put up collateral, adequate collateral coverage. So now we want performative bonds. Please email with questions. Please note, CME currently sets margin for gold, silver, platinum, palladium based on a dollar amount. All right, they don't mention copper. You'll notice that, right? With this change, CME will be setting margin for gold, silver, platinum, and palladium based on a percentage of notional value. Well, what's that percentage? Well, we'll let you know, right? When does this kick in? The 13th. What's today? The 13th, at the close of business today. So a lot of people are going to get a phone call today and be told like, oh, hey, you owe this, but this guy owes this. Yeah, we like him. We don't like you. Like they're telling you point blank, they can do whatever the heck they want, right? That they're telling you this. So you can either listen to it or not listen to it. But some people are going to get, requests for a lot of collateral and other people are not. Like, who do you think is not going to get requests for huge amounts of collateral? Probably the huge banks, right? So it's not a level playing field. And as soon as you realize that, you'll be better off. So from my standpoint, I do think that the names can move. I do think it can go higher. And I do think it can grind higher. But at any time, they're going to change the rules. So the idea that you should just stay in silver because silver is going to go higher, it's delusional, right? I think that the one thing that one of the guys in the room pointed out last week, and rightfully so, was that when they changed the index from 9 to 4%, I think they expected this to sell down more, and it just didn't do that. So then the question is, if that's not going to do it, that's why I actually started going along the damn thing. But if that's not going to do it, what is? And I don't know what the answer is to that. I don't know. I don't know how this ends, but I know how it's going to end longer term. It's going to end in tears. All right, I got to jump. But this is a really big deal because it's going to be selective margin calls. That's why they went to notional value instead of just the dollars. It's going to be selective. Oh, we want a bond from you. We want a bond from you. Like they're telling you that in so many words. All right. I got to go, guys. Trade to win. Have a good day.